45 years ago, we were blessed not only with Ridley Scott's immortal sci-fi classic Alien, but also Fangoria, one of the premier brands in horror. Fangoria has been delivering quality magazines since 1979. Each collectible issue features exclusive articles about your favorite monsters, as well as up-and-coming terrors. A Fangoria subscription gets you the ultimate horror experience. I'm talking 4 quarterly issues, each 100 pages with subscriber exclusive covers. You'll get early access to products and giveaways, gift codes, private community access, and more gruesome goodies. Be sure to check out the Fangoria store website for subscriptions and a bunch of cool merch. And while you're there, use promo code WoodYouDieShow for 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order applies to subscription and one-time orders, applies to the first subscription order only. Now, the game might be over, man, but this podcast is just beginning.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Have you ever felt a knife cut through human flesh and scrape the bone beneath?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Be my victim.
You are all my children now.
Hello, my name is Austin Torres, and welcome to the Would You Die podcast, the show where we talk about our favorite horror monsters and villains. Today, I am joined by a dear friend of the show, my most bitter enemy. She is the author of The Broken Heart and the upcoming novel, A Fatal Mind.
The Fatal Mind.
The Fatal Mind. Please welcome my rival, NJ Gallegos.
Thanks for having me, Austin, you monster.
Well, you know, third time's the charm. After this, we'll probably schedule the fourth.
Oh, for sure.
And today we are continuing Alien August. I don't know. I'm kind of living life on the edge right now, but whatever I decide to do, we're in Alien August, and today we're talking about aliens.
Yes, the best sci-fi horror movie that has ever existed.
I already disagree.
Perfect. That's why I said it mostly.
So before we start fighting, something that we bonded over when we first did podcasting together was our love for the Alien franchise. How did you first see it? Like, what is your Alien origin story?
My mom. We did an Alien marathon. So, well, Alien and Aliens, because she's huge into horror, as you all know. So she's indoctrinated me with my messed up brain and whatnot. So thanks, Mom. But yeah, we watched it. I remember we had our sectional sofa. We had some popcorn and the Queen Alien. I remember seeing the Queen, and I don't know, I had to be probably like 7, and I was like, gee golly, that's a big alien. That's a big xenomorph.
You were 7 when you first saw these movies.
I'm guesstimating, but yeah. I was a little upset that Jonesy wasn't in it more, but I'm also happy that he was, I'm presuming, safe on the ship.
Yeah. I don't think they took Jonesy for round 2, but he does appear.
Thank God. Although I think that Jonesy, like, if honestly, I know this is kind of a sidetrack, but going back to Alien, if you would have just let Jonesy go after the little chest burster after the spaghetti scene, I think that the whole movie would have been just like completely avoided.
You know, Jonesy had his chance because Jonesy was just kind of roaming. So
that's a typical cat move, though, isn't it? Just to be like, nah.
Someone else will take care of it. And then watch poor Brett, Harry Dean Stanton's character, just get yanked up, and Jonesy's like, well, fuck.
Who's gonna feed me?
Exactly. I know this is our Aliens episode, but to keep it on Alien, because, you know, you already threw our plan into, just threw it out.
Like in a burning vat of lava, and then like tossing myself out, and then a chest burster coming out like right before I hit the lava, like that.
So now we're on to Alien 3. Let's get robot Winona Ryder up in here.
I think she's shoplifting.
She got better.
Yeah, well, she's just not getting caught now. No, don't sue me, Winona Ryder. I love your work and Girl Interrupted.
Sue her. But in that first Alien, I just love when it's in the scene with Harry Dean Stanton and the fully grown xenomorph is there for the first time, and Jonesy hisses, and that's how you know, ooh, whatever this thing is, it ain't good.
Right. I think I read somewhere that he got hired because he was like such a dick of a cat that he would just hiss.
And that's what the role required.
Yeah. I mean, he nailed it.
Icon. Something I didn't mention in this intro, but people who know you from your previous appearances on the show, they'll remember that you, in addition to being a horror author and my most bitter rival, you are a ER doctor.
Indeed.
So I got an alien question for you because we've talked about Malignant, we talked about Gremlins, but we finally get to talk about Alien. If you were in the ER and you just saw this dude get chest bursted, like you're in the room where that happens, how do you think you would react?
Funny you ask this because these are things I think about a lot. Like I think about the zombie apocalypse, like because statistically, something like that's going to happen. It's probably going to happen in the hospital first, right? People get sick, whatever. So I always have my Crocs in sport mode for this very reason. So the second that I see a chest burster come out, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I am eating myself out of the hospital, running to my Bronco, and driving away.
So you have a xenomorph invasion contingency plan.
Yeah, I do.
That's very thoughtful. That's very I was an Eagle Scout, always be prepared. So you could be an Eagle Scout too.
Could I?
Oh yeah, you're prepared.
What badges did you get? Like, did you get all of them?
How big of a nerd do you think I am? I got all the ones I needed for Eagle and then a few more.
Oh.
I cannot tell you which ones they were. I don't remember.
Can you tie like a really good knot? Like three of them?
Not anymore. It's funny because like my friends like to go camping and I don't. And they're always like, Austin, weren't you an Eagle Scout? And I'm always like, yeah, I did my time.
I don't understand camping because I like being outside, but I like being like rinsed off and in air conditioning.
Well, I just like movies too much. You can't watch movies camping.
That's true.
I get wanting to be closer to nature, but damn, nature's scary.
Have you seen the bugs?
And the bears?
At least you can see a bear. Sometimes those bugs, you cannot see them. I don't trust that.
You can't see the bears all the time. I'll tell you that much. Especially when the bears are like hiding and they're like using fake mustaches.
As they do,
That's how they hunt. They put on their fake mustaches and they go around and then you have to be like, "Hello, are you a bear?" And then the bear says no, and then you're like, "I think you are." And they're like, "You got me." And then they can't eat you. That is science.
Like a vampire, like you have to invite them in kind of thing.
Yes, you have to give them permission to eat you.
That's a very lesbian thing to say.
Ayo.
But tip your waitresses.
So back to Alien.
Oh, yes.
You're trying to get us distracted with the outdoors and bears. But do you have a preference? Because I feel like this is a common argument between nerds like us. Alien or aliens? Choose your fighter.
I'm probably gonna pick aliens if I have to. Like gunpoint, I'm probably gonna have to pick that one. Just because, like, okay, in the first Alien, you have one xenomorph, right? Which is, I mean, terrifying. But aliens, you have like, I don't know, 10 million of them.
Give or take.
Yeah, 10 million-ish. You have a queen. You have that whole egg chamber. Like, as far as scariness, I think aliens seals it for me because, yeah, the part where Ripley and Newt find themselves in that egg chamber and you just see the vast like array of face hugger is just about to fucking annihilate you. It's pretty creepy.
That's funny because I think the first one's far scarier than the
Really?
second one. Although I'm a fan of both. I don't think there's a bad Alien movie. Even Alien 3 has its moments,
I like
but
Alien 3.
I like them all. I do think Alien 3 is my least favorite, but that's only because I think Alien 3 kind of gets boring at times. But then when it's like doing like it's very brutal, Alien 3.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate that. So it's either really entertaining or it's very boring, and I just kind of find it a bit inconsistent. But I think all the Alien movies are fun at the very least.
Are you counting Alien versus Predator movies as well?
Hell yeah.
Because I love Alien versus Predator, the first one.
Hmm.
The second one, I've only seen it like twice, but probably my least favorite.
But it has a predator alien.
I know I do like that, but I think I just wish that like it would have gotten more out of control, instead of just
Yeah.
being limited to that town. Like I wanted like a pandemic level xenomorph issue.
That would have been the third one, I'm sure. Had they had the chance.
Right.
With Aliens, I do like that movie. I do think it's a great sequel. But I feel like it kind of strays from the horror
I would agree. I
quite
mean,
a
I think
bit.
it goes a lot action, and then it kind of does that action thing where there's a lot of one-liners, which I enjoy very much.
It's a
Yeah,
very quotable movie.
yeah. It has everything. It's got sci-fi, a little bit of horror, some action, guns, lots of guns,
A little girl.
explosions, little girl that's fucking badass and just hides from the aliens for like what, 30 days?
I'm hiding at night because they mostly come at night.
Mostly. Yeah.
Mostly, yeah. Lance Henriksen,
Oh, yeah. Good,
directed
good
by
AI. Good AI.
directed by Big Jim. We love James Cameron in this house.
Big Jam.
Hot take though, and I know this is right after I said how I really like Aliens. I think Aliens is good and one of the best sequels ever made. I think it's one of the worst movies. Uh, it's not worse, anything. No, I think it's low on the low end of James Cameron's filmography.
What would you put ahead of that? Like
Most of
Titanic,
his movies. Oh, hell yeah.
Avatar?
Yep,
He did Terminator, right? Yeah.
yep,
So you would say Terminator's better than Aliens.
yep.
Okay.
I think Terminator 2 is better than Aliens.
Terminator 2. I would say Terminator 2 is probably one of the best sequels that has ever existed,
Well,
honestly.
that's the thing. James Cameron is really good at sequels. I would put Avatar 2, The Way of Water over Aliens.
I
I
haven't
would
seen Avatar 2 yet.
I really liked it. I would put The Abyss. I would put True Lies.
God, he has a lot of stuff.
And they're all good. So it's funny. I'm saying Aliens is like pretty low on my list. Aliens is a 4-star movie. It's like, how do I rank all these very good movies?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. He is an impressive man. Total segue, didn't he date Linda Hamilton at some point?
Maybe. I know he was married to Catherine Bigelow at one
Bigelow.
point. That's her name. Don't wear it out.
Sorry, my brain went to Deuce Bigelow and I was like, male gigolo. You know.
You lost. I didn't know any of what you just said.
You haven't seen Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo?
No. You're
What?
you're just making up words
No,
now.
no, it's a real movie, I swear. It was like late 90s, maybe. Rob Schneider, he like
I
he
was
he
not alive in the late 90s.
oh my God. How old are you?
I was born in 94 and I'm about to turn 30.
Oh, come on. You should have seen Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo then. Come on.
I appreciate how you didn't call me out for saying I wasn't alive in the late 90s and then straight out said I was born in 94.
You weren't cognizant of life yet.
But okay, that's real because I would have been like 5 when the 2000s started.
I guess you probably shouldn't be watching Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo if you're 5, because he's like a male escort.
So I have like a handful of memories actually from the 90s. Even though I was born in 94, I was really like a 2000s kid. Most of like the pop culture I remember, is the 2000s. But I do remember being 4 and being scared every time a trailer or commercial for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, coming out because I thought Darth Maul was the actual devil.
I mean, he might be.
Yep. It probably is because
Yeah.
he showed up in Insidious.
I think that's his meth head cousin.
I think they're both the meth head cousins.
Yeah, I think I guess if you get face tattoos to that extreme, there's probably some sort of substance on board.
I don't remember much from whereas people who like are a little bit older than me, I think they actually remember the 90s. I just have like glimpses of the 90s. Because I wasn't even like, get the whole 94, being born in October, I had like like just a little snippet of 94.
Yeah. Well, I think you should watch Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo
I
at your leisure.
I appreciate you're committed to the bit,
Yeah,
trying to fool me, trying to get me to watch this fake movie you just made up.
you'll see. You'll all see.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Back to Big Jim and his filmography. I think Aliens is really, really good. James Cameron is just so good. Like Aliens would be almost anyone else's best movie.
All right. I can get down with that. I think I have maybe a better opinion of Aliens. Like I would put it above at least the first Terminator, I think.
I think a lot of people would. I am not a lot of people.
That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, I suppose.
At least on this show I am. On your show, probably not.
Probably not.
On the topic of like the Alien franchise, this might be a hot take. Aliens is not my first or second favorite Alien movie. It's
Really?
third. It is right now third, and I'm hoping it'll be knocked down to fourth.
So what's number 1 then?
Alien.
Okay, Alien. And then number 2?
For me, Alien Covenant.
Okay. I can get down with that.
I love Alien Covenant.
I do enjoy it. And I enjoy it even more having watched the series again, because when I first saw Prometheus, I think I was expecting more, kind of like the xenomorph stuff. Like I wasn't so much into like the origin part. So I went in with different expectations and I was like, yeah, that was kind of lame. But you have to watch Prometheus to get to Alien Covenant, which was amazing. And so now that I've gone through and rewatched them, I can get down with Prometheus much more.
I got to rewatch Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I've watched the original Alien movies this year. I watched the original Alien twice. I'll probably watch that one again.
You have to.
I do want to revisit Prometheus and Covenant before Alien Romulus comes out. And I'm hoping Alien Romulus sneaks into either my second or third favorite.
I'm hoping. I have a question for you. Are you going to get the popcorn bucket?
I don't go to Cinemark, but once they like have it on their website, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's Cinemark.
I'd have to look it up. I mean, I'm planning on going opening night because I requested it off with my scheduler. I was like, hey, can't work the 16th. Got to go see Alien Romulus. They're like, nerd.
They're lucky you told them the truth.
Right? Instead of just being like, I have appendicitis. I can't come in.
That's what I said.
And then did you have to like remove your own appendix to make it look like it happened? Or you just like, did you like put your like iPod, headphones into your nose and pretend it was an oxygen thing?
Oh, I just do that for fun. We get too unhinged. What are you doing?
I know.
What are we doing?
And
what are we doing here?
This is cream soda. It's not even alcohol.
What the heck? I should be drinking alcohol. I am not, though. I'm not drinking anything right now. Sad. Before we get distracted again by literally whatever, as we tend to do on this show. Let's be real. The people who listen, they know what we're about. And we're not about staying on topic.
No. This is what happens when people with ADHD talk to each other.
I have ACDC.
Cool band, man.
I am hoping that Alien Romulus is really good. I would love for it to... I know it's not going to be my number 1 because nothing's going to top the original.
Guess we'll have to see.
The only one that has a chance to top the originals is Aliens. And that one's not even my second favorite.
Guess we'll have to revisit this once we see it.
I guess we shall. But I'm excited for it. I mean, Fede Alvarez, I loved what he did with Evil Dead.
Yeah, I think it'll
I'm,
be good.
I'm hoping it's nasty.
And I like the way the xenomorph looks, the like stuff that they've released so far.
Yeah,
Looks
it
pretty
seems
cool.
very face hugger heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, are they just leaning into is the movie actually face hugger heavy? Or are they just leaning into that element to hide the xenomorph from marketing materials?
Oh, maybe. I mean, honestly, I would say I'm more afraid of a face hugger than I am a xenomorph, to be honest.
I think it bodes well for the movie with I don't know. I don't know what to expect because this is what the seventh Alien movie, not counting the crossovers with the Predator.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's like we know what the xenomorph looks like. We know how what a chest burst, and we know that chest bursters burst through chests. So I don't know how they're gonna play with the structure of it because I was saying they could lean into the original structure, but I'm like maybe they shouldn't because that would just be you know retreading the original, which no one wants.
Yeah, but I think that there's a lot to be said for like nostalgia. So I think sometimes movies do lean a little heavily on that because it gets
Well,
us in our feels.
I'm not it's not that I mean like there's nostalgia just from seeing a xenomorph murder fools. No one wants to see the xenomorph do that in the same way it did in Alien, They don't
Yeah,
I don't think people want to retread the same beat. Like how Star Wars The Force Awakens is basically a New Hope.
fair. So have you seen Twisters? No, you don't. Do you go to the movie theater?
Oh, I've seen Twisters.
Because I thought that it had a lot of parallels to the first one, but I honestly I found it like I thought it was better than I expected it to be.
I think it first off, if you feel it, chase it. Twisters is currently my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, it's great. And
It does have parallels with the first one, but I think it kind of without using the same characters, it kind of subverts the first one in ways and expands on themes from the first one while also having nothing to do with the first one. It's weird.
and can we
I
also talk about how like attractive everybody in that movie is? Like everybody's super good looking except the like guy that's the old guy that's messing up all the land or whatever.
well, he's hot too.
Different strokes for different folks.
But they were all hot in the first movie.
I don't know. Bill Paxton doesn't do it for me.
Game over, man. Game over. What about Jamie Gertz?
Irma Gertz.
She's a lost boy.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I don't know.
Philip
It's so
Philip
difficult.
Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously.
Rest in peace. There's other people in that movie. The dude from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, who isn't Ferris Bueller.
The bad guy, right? No.
No, no, he's one of the the bad guy in Twisters is Dr. Gordon.
Oh. You know how you know that they're bad too? They always tuck their polo shirt in. That's how you know somebody's bad.
I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for that. Next time I see someone with a tucked in polo shirt, I'm gonna be like, get out of here.
And they'll know. They'll be like, fuck, he caught me.
I was about to do some dastardly deeds.
Twiddle the mustache.
Exactly. But no, we can't let that happen. Not on our watch.
No. So the other thing that I would like to talk about Aliens is I think that it has we touched on this, but best one-liners, hands down, in all of the Alien franchise.
I wouldn't argue that. I think it's the only one with iconic, just like quotable. Because as good as the first Alien is, and it's a masterpiece, and it's my favorite scary movie, it doesn't have as memorable, like quotable one-liners.
Yeah,
But it's not that kind of movie either.
true.
I mean, it has good lines. Like when Ash's head is on the table and the survivors are kind of interrogating him about the xenomorph, and he's talking about how it's a perfect organism. That whole scene is great line after great line, but the part where he's just like, and also, you have my sympathies. Oh, that is cold.
It is cold. That
But I do
milk
agree with
too.
you.
Ugh.
We did that at the same time. But I do agree with you. Milk is nasty. Also, Aliens is just so gosh dang quotable. Like they mostly come at night, mostly. And then there's
What's
game over, man. Game over. What?
what's your favorite?
I don't know if I have one because there's so many that are just so good.
I definitely have one. Whenever Ripley's in the loader, get
Mhm.
away from her, you bitch. Ugh, so good. And my mom would let me say it. Like, I was just like, I'm just
Hell yeah.
saying the line, mom. And I don't know if you know this. So my Bronco,
Mhm.
it's like kind of the same color as that loader. It's like that yellowish black, and
Oh,
she's named Ripley.
hell yeah. I did not know that,
Yeah.
but I love that. That's great. I have a little Honda Element, and her name's Ellie
Oh,
because of it. She's an element.
like, yeah. Maybe Ellie and Ripley can go on a little date.
No. Anyways. uh so I love that you bring up get away from her, you bitch. I think that might be my favorite line too.
Yeah,
Basic, but maybe we just be basic bitches.
but you know what? I embrace it.
Game over, man. Game over. But no,
Why don't you put her in charge, man?
one of my favorite parts of Scream 2, this is going somewhere, is when they're having that sequel discussion in the college classroom. And they're talking about James Cameron and even at that time, he was legendary for just having great sequels. By that, I mean Aliens and Terminator 2. And someone's defending James like sequels and James Cameron, and they're like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" And Randy Meeks, good old Randy Meeks, a supposed film buff, goes, "I believe the line is stay away from her, you bitch. This is film class, isn't it?" And it's like, motherfucker, you're wrong.
That's why he got murdered.
Yep, that's why he didn't make it to Scream 3.
If you would have got
And
that line right.
I don't know if I'm sure this is true, but I don't know how true it is or how accurate the story I'm saying is. But apparently Jamie Kennedy got the line right in most of the takes, but they used a take where he got it wrong.
And
Or
I
they
was like,
messed it up
ah.
somehow. Like it was right in the script, or I don't remember exactly, but I know he's talked about it and he's like, I know the line.
And they're like, yeah, it's fine. Just put it in there.
I mean, knowing how quickly Scream 2 came together and like how they had to reshoot a lot of stuff because of leaks, I give them a lot of leeway on that movie.
Which is the movie where Gail has the really short bangs? Is it 3?
That's 3.
Ugh. That's the real villain of that movie, is her frickin' bangs, man.
And you know who's in that one? Lance Henriksen.
Oh, you're right. It's all
He
coming full circle here.
mm-hmm. He plays like the slimy producer.
Yeah. See,
So
this whole segue had a total point, guys.
Scream and Alien, best friends.
That's who needs to go up against the xenomorph is Ghostface.
Or you pull off the ghost face mask and it's a xenomorph.
Or it's the Predator.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's getting too real. I mean,
Call
the
me Hollywood.
Predator's already wearing a mask. It would work.
Yeah. Also, not to like completely go off topic, but I'm
We
gonna.
never been on topic.
That's a good point. But I'm gonna go even further off of topic. Prey. My God, what a movie.
Talking about iconic sequels.
Yeah. And you know what I appreciated about Prey? The dog was okay the entire time. Like, thank
Yeah.
you.
And what's funny is when I first watched that movie, every time I would start to thinking, now what the dog doing? I'm concerned about the dog. It's like Dan Trachtenberg knew when the audience was going to start questioning where the dog is. Because I swear, every time I thought it, the dog would show up.
Yeah. Do you think I mean that's got to be like some sort of like plot device too to get us all nervous and keep us interested, right? Because
Oh,
I mean
definitely.
we're gonna watch people get murdered and be like whatever,
But we're also there for that.
true.
Like that's why we booted up Hulu. I I would have bought a movie ticket, but we can't have nice things sometimes.
That would have been great to see on the big screen.
Right? I do think they do that sort of shit on purpose because like that's why we put on the movie. That's why like an Alien, we're we're going to see that movie to watch the xenomorph fuck some people up. But if it touches one hair on Jonesy,
I'm leaving.
yeah, because people don't sign up for that.
No. There's just something sacred about a pet, you know? Don't mess with a pet.
Right. And like horror movies, they mess with pets a lot of the time. Like Mikey My hates dogs.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure he like kills and or eats at least 2 dogs every movie.
What a douche.
Yeah, there's a lot of horror movies that they're mean to the animals.
I still know why we gotta do that.
Dr. Doolittle wouldn't approve.
He would not. No.
Mm-mm.
And Sarah McLachlan would 100% not approve.
Oh yeah. As a franchise, Alien is decent because Josie made through 2 movies.
Yeah. The dog in Alien 3 gets it.
Yeah,
though.
and I was about to go there. I think maybe I need to rewatch Alien versus Predator 2 because I think they eat a dog in that, but I don't remember. But for the most part,
you know what they missed out on Alien versus Predator 2? Because it was in Colorado, right? They
Yeah.
should have had like a mountain lion. So they could have had a mountain lion xenomorph.
Poor kitty.
Oh, no.
Or
I
a
mean, really
bear.
a bear
The
xenomorph.
the Predator took down a bear in Prey,
That's true.
and that was pretty cool.
That was cool. The thing I really liked about Prey too is you kind of like switch off who you're rooting for. You know, like
No,
no, just me.
I yeah, I think so.
Come on, no. Whenever like the French trappers part and then the xenomorph or the predator goes through and
okay.
just fucks
I'm
everything
with
up.
you. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you there. You're right. I concede.
Thank you.
You were right for a change.
Oh. You do this, our cars aren't going on dates anymore.
They never were.
That's what you think.
NJ1, Austin 763.
You can't count that high. Come on.
I told you that in confidence. I feel like I've been ragging on Aliens a little bit, but it's only in comparison to my favorite scary movie because I love Aliens. It's so much fun.
It is.
I think it has a great cast. Do you know what scene I love?
Do tell.
When Paul Reiser, he plays a motherfucker in this movie.
Ugh.
Like fuck Burke.
He's
But,
literally the worst. Ugh.
the worst. It's funny because he's literally the worst, but really he's just like an average capitalist.
Yeah.
But anyways, when he traps Ripley and Newt in the med bay with the face huggers.
Oh yeah. That part makes me so creeped out.
And there's like great jump scares and tension moment. And then they're banging on the soundproof glass so no one can hear them. And it's like the red lighting.
Yeah.
It feels, it's so good. Because Aliens to me it's a blue movie. Like it's mostly bathed in blue lights. Mostly. But the scene being in like almost all red lights makes it so different from the rest of the film.
It does. I've never thought about that, but you're right. And I also like how they show like kind of like skittering kind of at the edges of the frame, but like sometimes you don't necessarily see it. Ugh. And that like noise that they make. It's like chalkboard, nails on a chalkboard. Like it just ugh.
Another scene which I love, which gets ripped off all the time, is when the Marines first encounter the xenomorphs and the xenomorphs are picking them off one by one and you see like their video helmets getting destroyed and then it's like ooh, ooh. Like they did this scene like to a T in Jurassic World.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
I think they kind of do it in a Godzilla King of the Monsters when the fighter jets are trying to chase Rodan, and I'm sure there are other scenes which I can't think of at the moment, but I feel like Aliens kind of started that. Here's what I think, why I think Aliens is one of the greatest sequels ever made. That motion tracker scene is like the perfect evolution from the motion tracker scene in the original.
Yes.
because it's that times infinity.
It is. And you've seen like, so they have the regular version, right? And then they have the director's cut that has the
Mhm.
additional stuff. I like that cut too. I thought it actually added quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I think Alien is a movie series that just has so much lore.
Have you read the Vasquez novel?
No, I'm illiterate.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up. It's great, but you're not missing out. It's fine.
No, I have never read any of the Alien like novels and like any of like the expanded unit. No, never read the comics. I really, as big of an Alien fan that I never dived deeper than the movies.
All right. I have a good question for you.
Is this my
D-
podcast or yours?
I'm taking over, man. They're
I
putting me in
love it.
charge now. They're putting me in charge now.
I love it. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, excluding Predator, what is a horror villain that could actually go toe to toe with a xenomorph?
I don't think there are a lot. Anything supernatural probably has a shot. So Pinhead,
That's who I would pick.
Pinhead could. I don't know about Freddy because Fred can do Xenomorph's dream, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah, that's a thought-provoking question. I don't
Um,
really know a lot about their like like life cycle like of that, you know?
are their intelligence? They seem intelligent, but they also seem like, just creatures. They're kind of similar to the velociraptors in Jurassic Park, I think.
They're pretty intelligent though. Like whenever you so like I think it comes out more in Aliens where
Hmm.
like okay, so Ripley is in the egg room with the queen and she's pretty much like negotiating with her like I'm gonna start all this on fire unless you let us go and the queen kind of like gives the motion to the xenomorphs that are standing guard to let her go. And then the queen figures out how to use a elevator. I
Okay,
mean,
but like the velociraptors in Jurassic Park figure out how to open doors.
and they're smart too, damn it. Don't take away from their accomplishments.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're smart.
Oh,
They're
so
not, but they're intelligent creatures, but I don't think they have like a sentience, if that makes sense.
because like you're saying they're more like hive mind kind of or
No, no, I think they just I think they're animals. I don't think they have a consciousness the same way that humans do or the predator does. The predator is not an animal,
so
if that
you're
makes sense.
saying they're more driven by like instinct.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Yeah, it's not saying they aren't intelligent because they are in the movies. Like in, I think, yeah, in Alien Resurrection, two of the xenomorphs like start killing the third one to use its acid blood so they can escape.
Yeah.
Like
I
they're
mean
intelligent.
that's intelligent.
And even in the first movie, the alien was outsmarting. Like it got Dallas in the air ducts, and then it outsmarted him, and then he got. It was smart enough to be a stowaway on the shuttle. Same thing with the Queen and Aliens. Like they are smart. I'm not trying to say they're dumb, but I don't think they're smart in the same way that a people be.
A people beat, got it. Yeah. No, I can get that because like what they're doing is more just furthering their like feed, reproduce, like
Right.
yeah.
I think that's what makes the Predator the Alien's rival, and why people just love seeing Alien and Predator together because you have this perfect organism, this pure instinctual killing machine, and then you have the thing that hunts anything and everything, the most dangerous game, and it's like the ultimate predator, which is ironically the xenomorph, versus the most thrill-sinking hunter, which is the predator. It's interesting.
It is. And I
But what
liked
would yeah.
like in the Alien versus Predator, how
Mhm.
they had that whole like pyramid and whatnot, and they kind of tied it in with like ancient civilization, like they were like worshiping them or like they were being sacrificed. I liked that. That
Right.
was so fucked up.
I do think a good versus for Alien would be the Terminator.
Ooh, okay, which Terminator? Any?
Any well, like an army of Terminators versus an army of Xenomorphs. I mean, James Cameron has experience with both.
Ooh, that would be a really good one.
And then this would just be fun to watch, but Ash from the Evil Dead versus like aliens.
With the chainsaw, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah. And it'll be fun to watch him kind of like try to chainsaw and then realizing it has acid blood and then being like, oh, I can't use that.
Yeah. Well, because that's why I think Pinhead would be pretty effective because the chains, like you don't have to get that close necessarily.
And also, if he got hit with the acid blood, he'd like it.
That's true.
He'd be
Such
like,
suffering.
exactly. Exactly. It's an interesting thing to think about. But I do think it'd be cool to see Ash in that situation because he would figure it out, especially if it's like Army of Darkness Ash and he's just kind of bumbling into success.
Which would actually be probably more fun than being just like super genius about it.
Exactly. Just stumbling into success against the xenomorphs.
Oh,
Well,
you know who would be amazing? Mr. Magoo versus the xenomorph. Like he has no freaking idea what's happening.
Mr.
Doesn't
Magoo?
you don't know who Mr. Oh my God. He's like, so he's like this, it used to be a comic, I think. It probably was a cartoon too. And then Leslie Nelson was in the movie, but he's like this old man that's just like kind of an idiot. And like he'll like lose his glasses and not know what's going on. So he'll be like walking into like a construction site or something. And you know, it's just like it's like slapstick kind of. But he wouldn't have any idea that he's fighting the xenomorph, yet he would defeat him just because he's a bumbling idiot.
You know, I got it. I know who the alien needs to fight next. Uber Jason from Jason X. You're welcome.
All right. Well, guess that's it.
We are actually really close to our time. So ironically.
Oh yeah, it actually organically did come together a little bit, didn't it?
It did, yeah. We were joking and then it turns out we weren't. But yeah, we talked about aliens for some of the time.
I would say at least like 13%.
That's generous.
Yeah.
But where can the people find you should you want to be found, and let everyone know what you got coming up because you are as busy as ever.
It's a lot of caffeine mostly. So I'm most active on Twitter, where I'm posting memes and making really crappy jokes about the Olympics right now because, you know, I'm on brand. And on Twitter, I'm at Dr. Spooky _ER. And then my personal website is njgallegos.com. And for those of you that are interested, October 15th, I have my second novel coming out, The Fatal Mind. And essentially, this is a novel that follows a neurologist who invents these chips that inhibit migraines that she implants in people's skulls. And they work great. Except sometimes the side effects aren't the best, you know, impulse control, murder, you know, that old chestnut. So
mostly.
So yeah, if you're into, you know, medical horror thriller that has a lesbian protagonist that's super hot, pick it up.
Hell yeah. It sounds right up everybody's alley.
Everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show again. I can't wait to have you on. And then we will continue our epic rivalry then.
God bless. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Thank you, NJ, for joining me once again to talk aliens. It was mostly fun. Mostly. And of course, check out NJ's work. Don't forget, The Fatal Mind comes out October 15th, 2024. If you like this show and my other horror endeavors, then I recommend subscribing to my Patreon. I retooled it so it's only $3 a month, and you'll get exclusive content, movie reviews, and extended episodes while supporting my art and content directly. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Would You Die YouTube channel. There you can watch video versions of the podcast episodes, my short film Ice Cream, with more to come. If you like this show, please let me know. Leave a review and rate on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to this show. Also, feel free to interact with me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're most comfortable. It may not seem like a lot, but trust me, every single like, share, comment, follow, all of it really helps this podcast to grow and helps keep me going. And feel free to let me know how I'm doing. What do you guys like about the show? Areas I can improve? Guests you like me to have on? Monsters you want me to talk about? Let me know what you guys think. You can find the show's social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Would You Die Show. Also, now you can follow me on TikTok at Would You Die Podcast. Would You Die is a partner with the Three Wise Men Media, a Metro Detroit-based group of awesome guys, Kyle, Tyler, and Dylan, where they bring you professional wrestling, indie comic books, and so much more. The music you hear in the beginning and end of each episode is composed by my friend Josie Palmer. Next week, we're doing a live stream with Bobby and Michael from The People Under the Scares to discuss how we felt about Alien Romulus. Until next time, I'm Austin Torres. Try not to die.